everyone, I'm Kai from Team 7, and our purpose was to develop a cup for people with mild to moderate hand tremors. The main goal was that it would prevent spill, but additionally we really wanted to make sure that it wouldn't look like an obvious aid, so it didn't look like a sippy cup, and it just really wouldn't look out of place in general. So the passion behind it is that I have an essential benign tremor, as does my dad, so that was my interest in it. And then once I proposed the idea to my team, they all started brainstorming and coming up with different ideas, from changing the form of the cup to integrating a gyroscope. So they all found an interest for it as well.
The main goal or objective for our project was to make a cup that would be hard or difficult to spill for people with tremors or other people that might just be clumsy and this might be something they're looking for. So we kind of came up with something like this, where you can kind of just swivel it around and shake it, and it's pretty difficult to actually get it to turn completely upside down with what we have right here. It still does wobble a little bit, but the actual neck here of the cup kind of helps with splashing, so it doesn't actually spill too bad if you did manage to shake it around a bit still. As well as a few other things where I just kind of had some miscalculations to where this ring or U that goes around, I thought it was going to be able to make it over top and swivel to both sides, but I must have just messed something up so it doesn't quite make that. But for this prototype, it still kind of gets the point across of what you could do. And I was also going to talk a little bit on design integration, since that was kind of a big part since I made this mechanism, the actual gyroscopic deal, I guess, with bearings. I had to work in Elijah's handle that he was working on, as well as the cup design that Kai and David were working on. And Hakan was going to do thermals and stuff, but that was hard for me to kind of implement in this stage of prototyping. So that part was left out here, but yeah, I guess there's the cup.
For the subsystem functionality, experiments, models, and tests were all done to ensure that each part of the cup's functionality worked properly and what we could possibly do to improve each of these subsystems for our cup. Some of the possible things that we did started with the cup shape. Kai and I both worked on the cup shape. We designed multiple different shapes at first to see which shape we wanted to go with. We did some testing with which one spilled the most when we were pouring something into it or just drinking out of it. Other things tested were how easy it was to hold and how easy it was to pour into. And then other tests were done with the handle, with a collapsible handle into the cup for ease of using the handle, and then as well as how to incorporate that handle onto our shapes that Kai and I designed. And then other things were tested where bearings were added to eliminate motion. We were trying to drink from it, and we also did tests and managed how much was spilt when using that. And different types of insulation were also tested in the early stages. After doing these tests and models, we were able to identify those solutions and integrate each part together successfully.
Hi, Elijah here. I felt that our scheduling was sort of looser than we sort of intended. We ended up doing a lot of stuff by memory instead of using smart sheets as much as intended. Using smart sheets would probably have been smarter. Using smart sheets more specifically for smaller tasks would have been better, I feel. As far as spending goes, I feel that our spending methods ended up being more successful than we initially thought, because we were planning on using the makerspace, paying whatever small fees they might have, and we ended up 3D printing our parts with friends and family who happened to just own 3D printers. So I don't think we spent very much at all of our own money. As far as the next prototype goes, I feel like we really improved the functionality from our first to our second prototype, going from materials like cardboard, tape, flat stock aluminum, and going to a full 3D printed shape made it a much more usable product. However, I feel we should continue an evolution, another 3D printed version after we sort of get a feel for our current prototype, maybe use it for a day so we could figure out what needs to improve ergonomically and go from there. And then maybe after another 3D printed prototype, CNC stuff would be pretty awesome, but probably beyond this class. So, all right, that's it.
Hello, I'm Hakan, and I worked on thermal insulation of the cup for our cup project that prevents the liquid from spilling. I conducted tests using various insulation materials and choose the one that provides the best thermal insulation and the lowest level of condensation of the liquid in the cup. Less condensation will reduce the tendency of the liquid to spill, and everybody drinks such as coffee and tea in their daily life, and these are spilled from the cup in some way. This is an uncomfortable situation. Based on this, we wanted to design a cup that minimizes the spillage of liquid. After creating this design idea, we followed various ways to bring it to life. We made a distribution of tasks and put forward ideas. We choose the appropriate ones from these ideas with common decisions and prepare test plans. Later, we prepared a prototype suitable for these tests and got one step closer to the product of our dreams. I believe this product will find a good place in the market in the future, and we also learn how a design should be made and what stage it should go through. Now, when I come up with a design idea, I will know how to bring it to life. Thank you for listening.